couple weeks.
Okay, and
then each time you get voted on.
Okay,
but
and you successfully became a Trump delegate.
Yes.
Okay, and are you currently a Trump delegate?
Yes,
okay.
I am a Trump delegate.
Okay, so again, you listen to the silent majority. The number to call is 347-338-1775. So tell me, once you became a delegate, how soon after did the phone calls and the contact from the Cruz camp?
2 days.
2 days, and tell us exactly. Walk us through what exactly happened.
The first time it was a gentleman that wanted that came to us or to me and wanted asked if we, I was Kelly Buckley, and I said yes, and then he was said that and I asked him, well, are you here? Are you selling something? And he kind of chuckled, and then he said no, he was there wanting to see if he could persuade me to switch from Trump to Cruz. Mm-hmm. And the guy obviously did their homework. He knew that we hadn't paid our property tax yet. We always pay it, like the last minute. We use our income tax. It's not, nothing bad. Mm-hmm. And which that kind of ticked me off, because I don't know this gentleman. And they offered to pay the land tax.
Right.
And that kind of threw me off. I mean, I had heard some things, but to actually witness it.
So they came. So let me see if I got this straight. 2 days after you became a Trump delegate, they came knocking on your door and
yes.
basically bribed you to switch allegiances to vote for Ted Cruz. Correct.
Correct, and that was the first time.
And they offered to pay your property taxes, right?
Yes, the first time.
Okay. And that's a chunk.
And they came to your door, Kelly, and knocked on your door. This man came to your door.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Bill, go ahead.
No, yeah, that was just what I was saying. The property taxes are. I mean, that's not an insignificant sum of money. I mean, that's some serious money.
Right. So let's go on. Yeah. Let's go on with the story, Kelly. So that was the first time. Tell us about the second and the subsequent times that you were approached by the Ted Cruz camp.
The second time was at our county district meeting, mm-hmm. and same gentleman with another gentleman and a hired government official, and we were offered to pay for the whole trip to Dallas, cash, any trip we want to go, and was told that I needed to work with them. And it wasn't, oh, you need to work with us. It was almost to the point, the way that stuff was being worded, that I had to do this. I felt bullied. Mm-hmm. It was not a welcoming feeling at all. And what
was your response to both scenarios there to both instances? What was your response?
I'm sure the family show, I was pissed.
Okay.
One, to be bullied. Mm-hmm. I don't like that.
Right.
And just like the first one, I told them that I was very much into my Second Amendment, and I wanted them to leave. This second time, I just told them I'm, a patriot. I'm going, when I give my word, I'm going to do it. I believe in Mr. Trump. I'm not going to be swayed.
Right.
I'm not going to sell up my country for a buck.
Right.
I do believe in God, but I also believe in karma. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's no amount of money, but it just bothered me that, they knew like some like they have to do the research, like they knew private stuff. They knew I was a breast cancer survivor, and I guess they assumed we're destitute. Well, we're not. We work very hard.
Right.
It was just the insinuation of it. And, it ticked me off to be bullied. And I know that it's going to get more amped up, because then we get a phone call here 2 days ago wanting to know what hotel we're staying at. Okay, now we're getting creepy.
That is pretty creepy. So that was 2 times. How many times in total were you approached? 3 times. Now,
so far.
Okay, before we get to the third time, let me just reset here. You're listening to the Silent Majority here. I'm your host, Chris, and my co-host, Kacha Lee, is on the Rebooting Liberty hotline, and I also have my guest, Bill Mitchell, and also I have Kelly Buckley, and we're talking about how the Ted Cruz camp has been bribing Trump delegates to switch allegiances. So Kelly, tell us about the third time. How did it go down, and how soon after the second time?
Probably about 3 hours.
3 hours.
I would
okay.
give it 3 hours after the first one.
So
yeah.
they're pretty much relentless.
It's just. Yes, there very much, and I know at the meeting at that time I wasn't the only one that they're doing this to, and it's not going over very well because I'm not going to turn my back on Mr. Trump because I know he's not going to turn his back on us. I mean, my feet are planted, and it's just like we can make your life more comfortable. I have got quite a nice life, thank you very much.
Right, and I want to. I want to know. I want about. So, what happened exactly the third time? Did they come to your hotel room or?
No, it was. We were still there. The meeting went long because we had all our resolutions to go through. It went and went and went. I mean, it was just. We had 40. I've got the paper in front of me. We had 47 resolutions to go through.
Oh, okay.
To which ones that we would take to the state.
Okay.
So then afterwards, I had to cut loose because we had a family member pass away, and I needed to get to them.
Okay.
And it was the funeral. But anyway, so this was out the parking lot, and it was It was the same person, the higher official,
right?
Trying to. They knew I was upset. They knew I was mad, and
now you don't want to. Now, did you know any of these people personally? Have you ever seen? Did you ever see them?
No.
Before? No. And
no.
Did you know them? Did you know them by name?
Do I know?
I mean,
I know 2 of them by name.
Okay, I know you don't have to give the names out because for obvious reasons, but. Let's go to, at this time, I want to go to Kacha Lee. Kacha Lee, you have a question for Kelly?
Now, could you explain to me, I just want to understand the sequence of events. Mm-hmm. So the first time that you were approached was when?
2 days after our precinct. And then again on March 9th.
The second time was the same day?
Yeah, March 19th. Before the meeting and after.
And then the third time
was that I mean 3 times. It was 2 in one day, and then 2 days ago a phone call about wanting to know what hotel we were staying at.
Wow.
Okay. And so, is it the same gentleman that you had mentioned that all 3 times that had been initiating these conversations with you about? I want to make your life comfortable. Let me pay your hotel bill. Let me pay your tax bill. Things like that.
It was, he was present, but he was with the second and the third time he was with a higher government official and another gentleman.
Okay.
And did he identify himself belonging to a super PAC, or did he associate himself with the Cruz Campaign?
Cruz Campaign.
Really?
Wow, this is why I like Kacha Lee. That's why she's my co-host. Because she has better questions than I do.
That's important based upon what the first gentleman said.
Right.
About how the actual campaigns are not supposed to do that.
Right. They're not supposed to communicate with the delegates directly. So you listen to the Silent Majority here. I'm your host, Chris, and my co-host is Kacha Lee. And my guest for the night is Bill Mitchell and Kelly Buckley. At this time, I want to pick up I have to go to the calling board here because we're jam-packed here. At this time, I want to pick up Ron from Twitter, The Watchman. Welcome to the Silent Majority.
Hey, how you doing today, guys?
We're doing great.
Great.
Just want to say that today was one of those days that we got to see who was really on what side, and I think that's what's so important in America. If you don't know who's playing on what side, I think that's where you make bad decisions. You got to know exactly who you're dealing with. And today was another great example. And I like how Trump today said, it just shows desperation and everything. And the way he put it, it made me laugh because he put it in the right terms because, you know, he pretty much couldn't win. I live here in California. I mean, we have a lot of people out here. I mean, you can't really be like pro-Trump in people's face out here because, you know, people just get offended or whatever. But honestly, there's a lot of secret Trump voters here in California, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's also like that in New York because as you can see, I have my Trump signs out there, and I wear my Trump T-shirts. And anytime I'm out there, people give me the thumbs up more than the middle finger. So I think there are a lot of secret Trump supporters here in New York City as well. But I want to thank you for calling to the silent majority. We got to hit the lines here, but thank you for calling, Ron.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good day.
At this time, I want to pick up Victor. Victor, welcome to the silent majority, buddy.
Hey, Chris, how are you, man?
We're doing good. This is Victor, bro, my buddy who sometimes co-hosts with me. But what's up, brother?
Hey, look, I was just listening in. I was riding around Texas looking for something to eat, and I almost spit. I had a cup of coffee in here, you know, it's late in the evening, and I almost spit it out when I heard Kelly speak. Is Kelly still on the air, by the way?
Kelly's still on the air, yes.
Yes.
Kelly, well, look, I want to tell you first and foremost, thank you. You know, you made a comment that really just hit home. You said you're not going to sell out your country for a buck. And that speaks volumes of your integrity and your character. And it reveals volumes of the Cruz Campaign's integrity and Cruz's character. And so I want to say thank you, number one. You've been contacted a couple times. What do you think the odds are that you may be approached again? And how savvy are you with your phone audio recording device? Because this would be a huge lead right here.
That's perfect. Yeah, go ahead, Kelly.
Number one, thank you. And the odds are probably, as the closer we get to we call it pull the handle again, it's going to amp up even more. I mean, it's just a given. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, I'm sorry, why do they need to know where I'm staying? That kind of creeped me out.
Yeah, but going to
it is very creepy.
Yeah, going to what Victor asked, how savvy are you with your cell phone and recording the conversation? Because that would be amazing.
Well, I'm sure I've got a friend around here that can show me how.
One thing is you've got to be
I had a hard time trying to set up Skype.
You have to be careful when recording conversations.
It's a very easy app. You can download it.
Hold on, Katja. Go ahead, Bill.
You have to be careful when you're recording conversations to make sure that in your state you're allowed to do that without telling the other person that it's being recorded. Some states you can, so long as you're aware that it's being recorded. You don't have to tell the other person. But in some states, there's a very strict law against it, and you can be get in trouble for wiretapping. So just make sure before you record any conversations that you are aware of what the laws are in that state.
Right. And Katja Lee, you were about
absolutely. Now I want to say.
Hold on,
I'm
Victor.
Sorry, I'm gonna cut in so I can.
Hold on 1 second, Victor. I'll let you finish up in a second. But Katja Lee, you had something to say?
Oh, I was just saying that, and Bill's right that you do need to check, but I'm almost pretty certain that in Texas that the only person that needs to know that you're recording the conversation yourself. I could be wrong on that. This was going back a few years ago. I used to live in Texas. I lived in Texas for 20 years.
Right. Yeah.
But in Austin. But I will say this is that, you know, it's important for us to all have the integrity that Kelly is showing.
Yes, indeed.
You do not waver. Do not try to, you know, like she said, I'm not going to sell my country out. That's how we all feel because we're done with it. So I just want to commend you, Kelly, for what you're doing because coming out and speaking to the truth like this is very risky. And I'm just super proud of you, girl.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And back to you, Victor, before I let you go. What else do you have to say?
Okay, yeah, I just want to say right on, Kelly, one more time, thank you again. You know, keep standing your ground with this. Also, just to ease your mind a little bit, I am a little savvy with these laws. I'm a manager, and I have a lot of private conversations in Louisiana and in Texas, in which recording them has really been a big help to me in many different cases. And it is Texas and Louisiana are both states. where the only person who needs to know you're recording your conversation is yourself. Secondly, even if it's not,